This legacy wall is Berea's way of honoring those individuals who throughout Berea's history have left an estate gift to the college. Without estate and other planned gifts such as charitable annuities and trusts, Berea's unique mission simply could not continue. Since 1920, Berea has used all undesignated gifts and planned gifts to build its endowment, the returns from which are used to sustain our no tuition policy. While tuition elsewhere is rising and access to higher education remains limited for lower income students, Berea stands as a beacon of hope and promise. This wall is a living memorial to the more than 3,000 Berea College alumni and friends who are identified on this wall and whose bequests have helped guarantee Berea's unique mission. While these individuals have departed this life, their legacies of love and support live on in the aspirations and achievements of today's Berea students. Each person whose name is recorded on this wall becomes a part of this extraordinary legacy of promise, education, and hope. Come join us in making dreams possible by investing in students of great promise.
Maybe we'll move it over just a little bit like this so we get all that going on just on this edge of this. This one.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
The altar call.
Make sure it's on.
They laughed at it. Good afternoon. I'm David Welch, Berea College class of 1955, chairman of the Buildings and Grounds Committee of the Board of Trustees. Didn't the grounds look nice today? I thought they looked wonderful. I was disturbed a little bit about one of the fellows driving the lawnmower, that he kept singing a song, "The trustees are coming, the trustees are coming." Grass always gets cut when the trustees come. No, really, it's all the time. And I think the campus looks as good as someone said to me a few minutes ago as it's ever looked. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this special occasion. We are glad you have joined us as we dedicate this Glade and its various components to the memory of Berea's founder, John G. Fee. I'll be serving as Master of Ceremonies for today's program, directing traffic by calling on our various speakers to come to the podium, to provide context for this event and to recognize individuals and groups who've been a part of the development of the site that we dedicate today. Speaking of recognition, let's have another round of applause for our seniors. Students are a member of the Berea College Black Music Ensemble. You look ahead in your program, you'll see that we'll hear from them a little later as well. Our event today is a celebration of a project completed, a time of reflection on Berea's remarkable past, and a dedication of this programming space for current and future Bereans. To provide the invocation at this time, I'll call Gloria Johnson, one of our campus ministers. Johnson.
Is the microphone on?
You have to hold it close to the
Button.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let us pray. Really, really, oh Creator, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful earth. The grass, the trees, the flowers, the birds, the rain. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful time. Your presence is among us. And we honor it. We acknowledge it. We need it. We bask in it. And we feel it. We feel it. Thank you for your generosity. The generosity of the very earth even. As we honor those who contribute to the generosity of our own spirits, through which we give kindness, thoughts, prayer, care, acknowledgement, love, work. We thank you for all of this. And we bask in your presence as you are among us in these moments, as we honor those who have been so very generous to this place, to this school, to its beauty, to its longevity. We thank you for your presence. Amen.
As you can imagine, a beautifully landscaped space such as this does not just happen without considerable planning and preparation. Many faculty, staff, students, administrators, and trustees took part in creating Berea's campus master plan, of which the Fee Glade is one part. Today, I'll also call your attention to another group, the architects, contractors, and other vendors who assisted in this project. You'll find their names listed in the printed program, but I would like for all of those who are present today to stand or raise their hands and receive our applause. The architects. These individuals work closely with college administrators and staff, as well as with my fellow members of the Buildings and Grounds Committee of the Board of Trustees. I have served probably too long as chair of that committee, but one of my pleasures and one of the reasons for any success that we may have had as a committee is really attributable to one of our honorary trustees and former chair of the Buildings and Grounds Committee who's with us today, John Oxshire. John, could you stand? John's a real Eastern Kentuckian who defected to Tennessee, but he comes back every chance he's able to come here. And I consider John, to the extent that I've succeeded in this job, as my true mentor. This time I will call to the podium David Shelton, our popular, effective, and innovative chairman of the Board of Trustees. David.
You'll notice that I made eye contact with him rather quickly to make sure he didn't say anything really crazy. Well, good afternoon. On behalf of the college trustees, thank you for joining us here today as we do two things. Number one, celebrate the legacy of John G. Fee, and number two, dedicate this place. This wooded glade honors the memory of John G. Fee, whose lofty goals and Christian ideals led to the founding of Berea College, and is the culmination, as David mentioned, many years of planning leading to this event today. If you think about almost every aspect of this college, past, present, it is all part of Fee's enduring legacy. If you think of buildings, programs, faculty, staff, whatever, it's all part of his legacy, and until this time, there is not a prominent place on campus that bears his name. I think I did find a sign out on 25 near the crosswalk that talks about the founding of the college, and indeed, John G. Fee's name is there, but there is no prominent building or structure that bears his name. We have the Rogers Art Building, Elizabeth Rogers Residence Hall, that memorialize the brave and dedicated folks who co-labored with Fee in unbelievable odds, fighting just very, very difficult times in establishing the many different schools that have now become Berea College. We have structures such as Fairchild Hall, the Frost Building, the Hutchins Library, to mention a few that are named after past presidents of the college at various times in history. We have buildings such as Phelps Stokes, the Hall Science Building, Draper, among others, that recognize friends of Berea College whose generous donations have led to very impressive facilities. We have the alumni who have been recognized collectively by a building that they helped fund that is now the central point of many of the daily lives of students. So we've honored those who labored with Fee, we've honored past presidents, we've honored friends of the college, and we've honored alumni. So until now, with this dedication, we attach the name John G. Fee to this grass and woody glade and surrounding green space, which is in the heart of Berea's campus. We do this in recognition of his legacy to this institution this region and the wider world as generations of Berea students have gone forth to live out the Christian values for which Fee so firmly stood. The natural beauty of this place, the inscribed quotations from Fee himself, as well as the college motto and the two great commandments from Matthew, and I'm sure you know what they are, provide a fitting tribute to a person who dedicated his life to teaching the gospel of impartial love. Thank you.
At this time, I would ask our Vice President of Alumni and College Relations, Bill Laramie, to come to the podium to recognize others who have supported the broader work of this college and this Glade, and should be recognized in this Glade. Thanks, Bill.
I saw it raining over there, and the sun over here. I thought we might have a rainbow. So someone has to be watching out for the rainbow, and if it happens, I'll stop and we'll all enjoy it. In your printed program, you will find the names of alumni and friends who have underwritten featured portions of the Glade. As you enjoy walking through the Glade today, you will find seating areas in strategic points, providing a place of rest and reflection. Each seating area features a large stone with an engraved quotation from John G. Fee on a bronze plaque that speaks to the enduring values of Berea College. The stones positioned in each seating area are of native wildy sandstone. This type of stone was used in the construction of various buildings on the Berea campus and further ties the Glade to the history of the college. Here in the center, where you're sitting, is the council ring, which derives from a Native American tradition of gathering in a designated circular space to consider issues of importance. This large gathering area in the Fee Glade provides space for similar purposes, for classes, theater, informal conversations, and earlier this year when the freshmen arrived on campus, I actually greeted them in this circle. Since its founding, Berea College's scriptural motto, God is made of one blood, all peoples of the earth, has guided the institution's vision as an egalitarian community. Berea's commitment to interracial education, to the Appalachian region, to the equality of men and women of all nations and climes, and to plain and sustainable living is codified in the Great Commitments. The full text of the Great Commitments are inscribed on a plaque down at the far end of the Glade. You consider the point of entrance. A sculpture titled Together, visually, should I tell you where that is, brother? Up there, on the other side of those trees. Visually represents the interdependence of physical and social infrastructures necessary to accomplish Berea's mission. Bronze, an ancient material with significant impact on every culture that has encountered it, is a metaphor for the lasting values of Berea College. The architects Tony Higman and Erica Streckner, I don't believe, made it today. I want to name them in the program. The base of this sculpture, like the stones containing Fee's quotations, is also made of wild east sandstone. In 1920, the Berea College trustees passed an investment policy that says, in part, all bequests, whether so specified or not, shall be considered additions to the permanent endowment funds of the college unless otherwise designated. This policy remains in effect today. Income from those accumulated bequests to Berea College continue to be the primary financial means of extending Berea's distinctive mission and helps the college provide a full tuition scholarship to every qualified student. These perpetual gifts extend Berea's compelling mission of labor, learning, and service into an uncharted future. To recognize the importance of the bequest to Berea's mission, the Fee Glade includes a legacy wall. That's the wall that you see over there. which contains the names of every recorded bequester to Berea College since its founding, and will continue to do so in the future, honoring all who have extended John G. Fee's legacy of impartial love with a testamentary gift to Berea College. Right now there are over 3,200 names inscribed on that wall. The last class was just inscribed about 4 or 5 days ago. I invite you to take a closer look at the wall after the ceremony and view the names inscribed. It is quite likely that some individuals you will recognize, others may not be personally familiar to you, and yet they represent individuals who have shared Fee's passion for a transformed world by values that are central to Berea College's education. In particular, I want to call your attention to Alina Jacob Minks, who provided the funds to make this bequester wall possible. For those of you who may not be acquainted with Alina graduated from Berea in 1951 with a degree in business administration. A devoted alumna and faithful donor, Alina has expressed her deep love for the college financially, beginning with her first gift in 1952, and personally having served as an active volunteer in many different capacities. After a long career in the Louisville Industrial Foundation, she served on the Berea College's President's Council and as president of the Alumni Executive Council. In 1994, the college presented her the Alumni Loyalty Award. Alina and others named here represent a legacy and a model of generosity to Berea College. Alina, please raise your hand and let us applaud your generosity.
In 1993, after the retirement of John Stevenson as president of Berea College, I was honored as a trustee at that time to serve on a search committee appointed by our chairman of the board at that time, Dave Swanson, and chaired by our most recent chair of the board, Libby Kaufman, with a task to select a president for Berea College in good times and in bad times. In a few minutes, we will hear from President Shin with his remarks, and when he concludes, the session will be concluded by more music from the ensemble. It is most fitting that this dedication of this Glade be marked by remarks from President Larry Shin. Whose commitment, personal commitment to Berea's great commitments, whose love of the students, faculty, and staff, and whose educational and administrative expertise are exceeded only by the observation that I have made that every decision that he has made in his tenure has been one backed by great integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, President Shin.
David, thank you so much. For those of us who serve in higher education, there's a notion that big ideas change the world. In founding Berea College in 1855, John G. Fee had such a big idea. Imagine a place where all people, black and white, male and female, should be welcome to work and to study and live together as equals in a community that demonstrated what Fee understood to be the gospel of impartial love. That's the big idea. He wanted a school, a moral crossroad, if you will, that would educate young people, in his words, quote, not merely in the ordinary branches of learning, but in love as first in religion, and justice as first in government. End of quote. The biblical passage in Acts 17:26, God is made of one blood, all peoples of the earth, helped Fee to believe unequivocally in the equality of all people and staunchly advocate to practice that idea, providing worship and education of equality for women, blacks, and those on the economic and political margins of society. Now, Fee believed in the inherent equality of all people, not just the liberation of slaves and women. His ardent beliefs represented a clarion call for justice in his day, and I would submit in ours as well. As you can imagine, Fee's thoroughly inclusive Christian faith and understanding resulted in a sense of egalitarianism that was not widely shared by many people in his day, and tragically, by not enough in our own. In fact, his own family disowned John Fee, rejected him, and cast him out of his own home. Yet he strongly determined to do what he understood to be the will of God. And here's a quote that you'll find at the beginning of the Glade behind me. Quote, I took my horse and rode 500 miles, searching for a place where I could fulfill my mission. I did not know where I should go, but one thing was certain. I must preach the true gospel, this gospel of impartial love. End of quote. Fee, along with his wife Matilda, who was equally zealous in support of the abolitionist cause, accepted an invitation from Cassius Clay right up here in Richmond, the noted emancipationist, to come here to Madison County and establish a church and a school. Clay offered Fee 10 acres of land locally that was known as the Glade. Thus, it was in a green glade that Fee's unconventional Christian ideals took root in human and physical terms. Unlike other abolitionists, Fee believed in founding a utopian experiment on bedrock values that I believe still guide the college today. From the crude wooden one-story building on the remote periphery, actually, of the campus a century and a half ago, to this well-equipped campus that you can walk through today, Berea continues to pursue this egalitarian ideal, rooted in the two great commandments: to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. That's the big idea upon which John Fee founded this place. And of course, in the passage in Acts 17:26, God is made of one blood, all people of the earth. I remember early on in reading the writings of John Fee in the archives, and it's wonderful to see the hand-script sermons and speeches that he gave. And in one case he underlined, it is not enough to believe in the equality of all people. One must act that way. John G. Fee tirelessly served Berea throughout his whole life, working in a variety of capacities, though never as a president, preaching both at Union Church and on campus, and serving as a president of the Board of Trustees until 1892. His views were also manifest in the Berea community, where white and African American families lived interspersed, in his language, among each other. On this very ridge, a black home, a white home, a black home, a white home, to represent the physical manifestation of the notion of the commonality of our humanity. He remained fully convinced that an integrated college community was the best exemplification of true Christianity and a correct civil government. End of quote. When John Fee died in 1901, an early Berea graduate, James Bond, who some of you will recognize as the grandfather of Julian Bond of our day, declared at Fee's funeral these words, quote, "He was a prophet of his age and brought to it the thoughts and aspirations of generations yet unborn." End of quote. This Glade that we dedicate today is a fitting tribute to a remarkable individual whose powerful vision, this big idea, and the influence that he could exert influenced not only his generation, but he hoped to generations yet unborn. This Glade that we dedicate today, then, is a fitting tribute to this remarkable person. And we dedicate this portion of our campus as the John G. Fee Glade. Some of you remember that only a few years ago, in this glade stood a very large brick building that was the laundry, the coal-fired and sometimes gas-fired heat plant, also the utility company, and a 60-foot smokestack. The transformation of this space has been designed to create a green space that invites both personal contemplation as well as community gatherings like this in this council circle. Students can assemble and socialize here. This glade provides essentially a crossroads, literally and figuratively, for everyone who passes through this part of the campus. As Bill Laramie mentioned, the glade contains stones engraved with the quotations of John G. Fee. I would encourage those of you who have not done so to take a walk down the sidewalk and back the other side, and every time you see one of these large stones, there will be a plaque in it, a bronze plaque with a quote from John G. Fee. In reading them, who cannot contemplate both the life and the words of Berea's founder that produced such significant outcomes? Now, at the other entrance to the glade is an engraved copy of the college's great commitments. The powerful words of these commitments can educate and inspire those who walk this glade as new students, new friends to the college, new faculty and staff. Are not these words of John Fee the best reflection of the Christian principles of love over hate, human dignity and equality, and peace with justice, which in fact forms the preamble to the Great Commitments? These are the eternal ideals. These are the big ideas that have created a Berea College that today still exemplifies the spirit of John G. Fee, in whose name today we announce this glade to be his. Thank you very much for coming today.
We wanted to close our song with a blessing, and it is the prayer of Jabez. And so as we sing about, "O Lord, bless me indeed, enlarge my territory, keep your hand upon me," we thought that it was most appropriate